Winnipeg, as you may know it, might not have the same reputation of bigger cities, but living here has been a journey, one that's taught me a lot about independence. Living in Winnipeg still comes with its own expenses, and in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how much it costs me to live on my own in this city. We're going to talk about rent, groceries, and everything in between. Whether you're planning to move out here or you're just curious, get ready because you're in for a treat. Welcome to the video. I know you came here today, you want to know how much it costs to live in Winnipeg. Obviously, it has come to my attention that the cost of living in this city has gone up, and I am here to give you guys the tea. You know what I'm saying? I live here, obviously. I'm a 23-year-old content creator that lives in Winnipeg. I'm currently in Winnipeg. I'm not in Toronto. This is not Toronto, this is Winnipeg. I am in my apartment, and I want to give you guys first hand of how much it costs to live here. I live alone, and I've been living in Winnipeg for the past 6 years. I've been living alone for 2 years now. So I want to give you guys a little bit of insight of how much it costs to live here. For reference, I'm going to be using the month of November because I was able to keep track of how much I spent in the month of November. And so I'm going to use that as reference for the purpose of this video to give you guys an insight. All right, welcome to the video. If it's the first time here, I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Chizzy. I'm a 23-year-old content creator that lives in Winnipeg. I like to put the city out there on the map because I feel like Winnipeg is a hidden gem and people need to kind of know more about the city. But now the problem is the more people know about the city, the more they want to come here and the more expensive it gets. So it's just a little conflict right there, you know what I'm saying? I have my computer here just to keep me in track so we don't go out of topic. So the first thing I want to just put out there is that the cost of living just in any city is going to be directly proportional to your lifestyle. However you live, the kind of stuff they're interested in doing is going to affect the cost of living wherever you live. Of course, the city too does affect that. First off, rent is a big thing. I'm going to talk about the rent that I pay towards the end of the video. But first off, the average rent in Winnipeg. So I'm going to do a quick Google search, you know what I'm saying, just to give you guys an idea. The average rent in Winnipeg for a one-bedroom apartment is $1,480 per month, which is a 23.3% increase from the same time in 2023. Now, this is the highest increase among Canadian cities. Bro, what does this tell you? The rent in Winnipeg has increased by 23.3%. This is higher than any other Canadian city since 2023. That's crazy. I'm gonna tell you guys what I pay for rent later on in this video, but that's just the average rent in general. For groceries, I mostly Instacart, so I was able to just track down how much I spent on my Instacart account. I like using Instacart. People are gonna say it's a little bit more expensive, but I like the convenience of using Instacart. I just get my groceries dropped on my place. I think grocery shopping is absolutely boring. I don't like doing it. It takes so much time, and then I just don't like doing it. So I prefer to Instacart. I once in a while would go to the grocery store to actually get groceries, but for the most part, I Instacart. And for the whole of November, I think I just Instacart the whole time. So $470.15 is what I spent on groceries in the month of November. Now, for more context, I'm in my fitness era, so I'm trying to be healthy, right? So I get foods that I'm able to meal prep and save myself some money along the line, which is what I'm trying to do. But it turns out that I'm still just a chill guy who would also just skip dishes sometimes. So I spend a total of $168.23 on skip the dishes. Do not come at me, please. But times where I would spend money on skip the dishes is pretty much when I have like friends over, or I just want to treat myself after a long week on a Friday, and I'm just like, bro, I'll just skip food, man. I would just get food. I don't want to cook. I'll just skip food. So $168 on skip, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit expensive. I don't know, but maybe it's a little bit expensive. So that's what I spent on skip the dishes. So I'll just put that together with groceries as food in one. And when it comes to just going out in general, so like hanging out with friends, going out to try out restaurants, or going out to play games, or just hang out with friends, I think I spent a total of, I did the math. I spent a total of $150 just going out with friends. Now, this falls back again to what I said about lifestyle affecting how much you're going to spend. So for me, $150 just to have a social life, I'll take it. For the month of November, I did not go shopping at all. So I did not buy any new stuff. So obviously, that is not part of the expenses that I made in that month. If you're someone who likes to buy stuff, like buy new clothes or shoes or whatever, that's going to be part of your expenses, right? And when it comes to transportation, there are three modes of transportation that I use on a regular. So there's the bus, there's Uber, and there is Peck City car sharing. Peck City car sharing is Winnipeg's very own car sharing. Just like the same way Toronto has a car sharing program where you get a subscription and you can use one of the cars and you just pay by the hour to use a car, which is cheaper than using Uber, or it's also cheaper than just renting a car. My bus card, my Pega card costs me $100 per month. This is just what it is in Winnipeg. And then my Uber, for the total month of November, on Uber rides, I'd spent a total of $159.75 on Uber. For that month, I know Uber has been doing a 50% off discount, which was one of the reasons why I just kept using Uber. If they weren't doing that, maybe I wouldn't have used as much. That's what I tell myself, but who knows. I probably have a lot of places to go in November for some reason. And then for the car sharing app, Peck City car sharing, I spent a total of $203.79. It's very much cheaper than using Uber because I can rent a car for 2 hours and get to do more with the car than I would have if I had to take an Uber. So for that, I spent $203.79 in total. But the total I spent on transportation is still not up to what I was spending if I had a car. I do not have a car, and I rather do this than spend money on a car. Keep in mind, I live very central. I'm downtown. I could easily get around with the bus or just taking an Uber or just walking out. Getting a car would be so much more expensive. Just getting your car payments, insurance, having to pay for parking. Keep in mind that you might have unforeseen circumstances that might just pop out one day and you have to pay money out of pocket. So I don't have to worry about all that stuff because I just take my Uber when I need to, or use my Peck City car sharing when I need to. Those are the main expenses that I spend. Oh, my utility for the month of November cost me $35, which obviously it goes up and down. So I was gonna say the one thing I'm not gonna include in this math is just how much I spend on my subscriptions and my phone bill, all that kind of stuff, because that is something I'll spend regardless of where I live. So it's not relative to Winnipeg, right? So that's something I'll spend anyway. So I'm not gonna include that. In total, what I spent just on bills, excluding rent, is, drumroll, let's go, $1,286.92. That's how much I spent in the month of November just on groceries, getting food, and Uber. Damn, I need to freaking do some more better budgeting in this life. All right, now when it comes to my rent, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. If you want to know, you can do the math, but I'm going to include my rent to that, and it's definitely going to be more than double the price. But so let's do some quick math right now. Total I spent per month, not per month, but total I spent in the month of November just existing in this city without including my subscriptions, $3,266.92. You can do your quick math and figure out what the rent was. At this point, I could just move to Toronto. You know what I'm saying? I think Winnipeg is a great city. I can't even lie to you. I like the city. I do not like the code, but I like that the city's been growing. There's a lot more stuff that's been coming out here, and I'm getting to appreciate the city more and more. So all of you are going to come out in the comments saying a bunch of rubbish. Why would you spend that much in Winnipeg? Like, if you live here, you got to make the most out of it. But the city has definitely gotten more expensive than it was before. It's just kind of bound to happen with growth, right? If you're someone looking out there to move here, it is still cheaper than Toronto or Vancouver, of course. There are cheaper lifestyles to live. Know your pocket and know where you stand, and obviously try to budget. This is me talking to myself. Budget better, choosy, and spend less money. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.